I'm so excited. Okay. Welcome back to another video. That feels so weird to say. I have not filmed in a while. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to tell because I've been basically uploading content from a while ago, but life has been lifing and I'm really excited to take you guys along for a few days in my life. If you're new here, by the way, I just moved into this apartment and also from Toronto to Calgary, so this is our first month actually living here. As much as I love the moving content, I'm excited to get back to our regularly scheduled programming. If you've been keeping up with my content recently, then you would know how busy things have been for me, so finding time for things like content, editing, podcasting, because yes, I have a podcast that I'm so excited to get back to. It's been challenging. It's been hard to find time for all these things, especially when the editing part takes so long. So I've been looking for a way to make things easier, which is why I'm so excited to be working with a sponsor of today's video, Riverside. For those who have been with me for a while, you would know that I have partnered with Riverside before, and I absolutely love the features that they offer to make content production so much simpler. First off, you can now turn any phone into a 4K webcam. This is so handy for when you're on the go or when you want to record high quality videos without a big setup. Just connect your phone through the Riverside app and you're good to go. But you don't have to record locally to use Riverside. Just upload your footage straight to their editor and use the power of its AI. Manually cutting silences and filler words can take forever. But with Riverside, it's done in just one click and has been such a huge time saver. One of my favorite features is automatic captions. You can fully customize them to match your branding, and pairing this with their Magic Clips tool has made creating short form content more effortless than ever. Plus, you can now add text, images, and overlays directly in Riverside. It's like having an entire editing suite at your fingertips without having to switch in between multiple tools. So if you're looking to create high quality content more efficiently, Riverside is the perfect solution. Make sure to check the link below and use the code Celine for 15% off of your Riverside Pro subscription. Thank you again so much to Riverside for sponsoring today's video. I don't know how many days I'm gonna vlog. I have a lot of stuff happening, which we'll get into in a little bit, but today's a work day, so I'm gonna take you guys along for that. You guys saw I was up bright and early. I also have lots of content that I'm trying to get out. I have videos I'm trying to edit, all the things, content, and also my family is coming to visit in a couple days, which I'm very, very excited for. Oh my god, I nearly just grabbed Bean's food. Not my lunch looking like dog food. Today has been a good productive day. I've finished meetings already for the day and I have a few things I need to wrap up. After work, I'm gonna go get my nails done because, I mean, just look at my nails. I think this is 6 weeks since I've had my nails done, and I'm definitely in a phase of trying to reduce my spending on wants versus needs because I've been watching a lot of Caleb Hammer. If you know, you know, but I've been feeling very guilty about my spending. So for things like this, I'm gonna give myself, you know, some grace because it's been 6 weeks and I have the budget for it. But moving forward, I wasn't getting my nails done for a while and it felt so liberating to do my own nails and save money from it. Obviously a trade-off, that's why people go to get their nails done because they don't have the time or the patience, you know, to be completely honest, to do it themselves, which is me. But the money to spend on getting it done is also another thing. But I'm gonna finish up a couple things and then I should be out of here in the next half hour. Here is the dinner. This is a little chicken stir fry with some peas and bell pepper, broccoli, super simple. I'm so happy my nails are fresh. I was so embarrassed before. But I'm gonna have this. I actually have a little call, a little FaceTime catch up with Amina and Brielle, who I haven't talked to in so long, so I'm excited for that. I am a shell of a human being right now. If you're wondering where I am, I'm in the second room slash what is supposed to be my office. I don't have a desk right now because that's another story. I'm probably gonna get a new desk and we just didn't build it. We brought it from Toronto and it's been sitting in the corner, but we do have a bed. This is the Polysleep mattress that I got. You guys would have seen that if you saw my moving vlogs, but it's gonna be my parents' bed because they're coming to visit. They're actually visiting tomorrow, and I think I mentioned that that's one of the things I'm trying to get myself ready for, but I didn't think it was gonna happen so fast. Like, how is it already Thursday tomorrow? It is way too early to be drinking this, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. There's something about that first sip of a Celsius that just hits different than any other energy drink. And I was talking about this with my friend that I feel like it doesn't taste like it's bad for you. It tastes like a juice. And that's the part that gets you. Kind of like alcohol where, you know, when it tastes like it's gross, it doesn't make you want to drink as much. But when it tastes like juice, you're like, ooh, this is nice. And then you end up drinking the whole thing. That's kind of how I feel about Celsius. I slept at 1 a.m. last night. Doing what? This, editing. Video is posted. It's not live yet. It's gonna go live in an hour from now. I've started my day already, working. I have a couple other calls that I cannot look like this for, so I am gonna get myself together. And then, don't be fooled, because even though I have a bed in here, later I need to clear that out. So that is our task for this evening. I've just finished up with work. That was quite the day. I ended up getting myself freshened up like I said I would, even though I'm still wearing black for some reason. Now that the day's over, I got a couple of packages that I'm excited to share with you guys. The first is a box from Sézane. I'm just gonna cover up my information or just show you the top of it, but this box is so cute. They changed it from the last box that I had gotten. If you guys don't know, I do partner with Sézane as like an ambassador, so they kindly gifted this. And I really love all of their pieces. I feel like, as you can tell, my style is usually very minimal, especially like as I mature, I feel myself gravitating towards more minimal, simple types of clothes. Look how cute this paper is. It's so summery. So on the theme of wearing black, because I need more black in my life, I got this dress, which is essentially just a black like t-shirt style dress. I don't know how to describe it. It also has these little accent buttons, which I thought is super cute. I just want to see how long it is. I really wanted something that would be long enough. I find myself now when I'm going through my closet, if there's dresses from like a few years ago that they're just a little too short for me. So I'm really, really happy with this. It's just super simple. I will link these items in the description, by the way. The other piece is this light wash denim button up. I had been looking to get a new one for a long time. I love that these are actually buttons because, or not like buttons, but this style of buttons. It's so much easier to snap off. If you guys haven't shopped at Sézane before, I will say to consider sizing up in a lot of their styles because the French are a little thinner than than I am, because I got a couple things that I thought were my size before, but this is the perfect size and I did size up, so it's nice and like kind of a boyfriend fit. I got a 38, which is a US 6. I really love this and I think it's gonna be perfect for layering, especially for like cooler nights. So thank you again so much to Sézane for gifting me those pieces. I can't wait to wear them out. Okay, the next thing I got is from Amazon and there's a little bit of an explanation here, but we're gonna open it up. Oh my gosh. If you guys don't know what this is, these are headphones, but they're bone conduction headphones. So the sound doesn't actually go into your ear like normal earbuds or like earphones would, nor do they like cover them. So the whole point is that it actually transmits the music, the sounds through like your bone, if that makes sense. That's my interpretation of it. I could be totally wrong, but why might I want these? Because I have started running. I know. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? I started running about 2 weeks ago. So I'm very, very new and I really didn't want to go out and splurge on stuff for running because I didn't want to not continue and then have the stuff. You know what I mean? Like if I'm not gonna take it seriously, but then I realized I've started to really love it and I can't wait to share more of that in my videos, but I'm still very new. So just know that that is something that has started to consume my life. So I'm gonna open these. Basically, why people would want this instead of regular earphones is if you're running like in the city with traffic, or if you're running by yourself, it can be a little bit dangerous to not be able to hear what's around you. So when I have been running, I've just been wearing my AirPods, and I have the AirPod Pros, so there is like a transparency setting, but the problem with that is when I've had it on transparency and if there's any type of wind, it starts to like, you start to hear it in or from the AirPod. So that's the thing with AirPods, is like it's not actually transparent. They're just using a microphone on the outside of the earbud, if that makes sense. That's why I got these. These are the Shokz Open Run Minis. I believe they are the original or like one of the top brands that makes headphones like this, if not the only one. I could be wrong. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm gonna unbox these. I'm on a 5K plan because I can't run a 5K yet, but I'm saying that proudly because I will be able to. I know that I will be able to, and I just need to keep following the plan. So I'm on the 3rd week now, which is very exciting, but this week has just been a little bit hectic with everything and just like limited time to go running. Oh my gosh! So these are the mini versions. When I went to the running room, I saw them and I tried the big ones on and they were too big. So basically just go like that. Y'all, this is like pure excitement. I actually need to get this synced up, but comfort-wise, very comfortable. If you think your head is similar to my size, then I would go with the minis because I tried the regular ones on and they were too big. When I was in the store and I played some music, you could hear it if it was on the loudest setting from like being next to the person, because it's not going into your ear, right? Like there's nothing in your ear. It's just on the outside, but it travels through your bone. But we're gonna put some music on. That's pretty freaking cool. I feel like on the loudest setting, I'll have to check the footage, but you can probably hear the music pretty clearly. But I could still hear myself snapping. That's why I was doing that, because I wanted to see like if I could still hear the snapping very crisply. I'm really, really excited to go running with these. Yeah, it's super cool. Who would have thought? All right, I've just pulled out my handy dandy to-do list. I've just listed my top priorities, which is 1, I need to clean the guest room, or what I was using as my office today. It is, as you saw, still not fully unpacked. And I also have several emails I want to get through because I'm not gonna have time, or I don't want to be doing emails and stuff when my family is here, so I just have to get through my inbox. And the last thing in terms of my 3 priorities is I have to send something for a brand to review. Then other to-do list items, I am gonna put away my laundry, I'm gonna clean the floors, make some dinner, and take Bean for a walk. I think that's gonna be pretty much my evening. So in terms of a run, I'm gonna try to go in the morning because my family doesn't get here till the evening. So that gives me some time. So we'll see. I really needed that meal. It is the next day, as you can tell. Didn't get to go for a run today, which is kind of a bummer because I don't think I'll be able to run until next week now, but that's okay. I will survive. What's most important is I have at least a little bit of time to like gather myself, and at least I had some food. It has been quite the week. I feel like I only took you guys along for a little portion of it. It's all a blur now, to be honest. But my family arrives today, so they're gonna be here for the Canada Day long weekend, which is July 1st. And if you guys don't know, my family and I was originally from Vancouver, so they're driving from Vancouver to Calgary. It is about a 10-hour drive, so it's not just down the road, but it's a lot closer than before when I was living in Toronto. So I'm really excited to be able to host them, which is why like I've been cleaning and everything, and I'm very excited. I haven't seen them since Christmas. I usually only get to see my family like once or twice a year. So I don't think I'm gonna be vlogging when they're here because I'm a little bit vlogged out. One thing I wanted to touch on, because I feel like I started this video wanting to talk about balance and how I'm balancing everything, doing all the things, and as you can kind of tell, like I'm not the poster child of balance right now, and I'm not gonna pretend like I am. One piece that really stuck with me as I had my recent therapy session, I did get a new therapist and it's been going really well, but basically we talked about juggling a lot of things and feeling overwhelmed. And she asked me, would you rather not have all these things to do? Like, would you rather not be doing these things? And I realized, no, I actually do want to do all these things. I love having projects that I'm passionate about. I'm very grateful to be able to have the chance to work with brands. I'm grateful to be able to have my family here and also have things that I'm excited to decorate around the apartment, things that I'm working on. And I'm grateful to have a job that I'm excited about. But the reality is when you sign up for, let's say, 10 things to do, you have 10 things to do. So there's no hack. There's no magic trick to being able to do a bunch of things. Either I get more time in the day or I take some things off the list. Like for instance, with my family coming here, content is not really gonna be on my list. And it's just figuring out how to prioritize things. So I've talked about my journey with productivity and like trying to juggle things for a while. So I feel like that conversation and just being asked, you know, is there anything that I would take off of my plate right now? Put things into perspective a little bit. I have a really hard time comparing what I'm doing or how much I'm doing with others and feel like I'm not doing enough, but that does not matter because it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. And also, it doesn't matter what other people are showing that they're doing because you only get a snippet of the picture, and I know damn well that there's so much more behind the scenes, and I just need to be realistic about what I'm able to manage. And yeah, so ending this on a weird note, this wasn't the plan for the video, but it's realistic in terms of, I think, what my life kind of looks like right now. I think there's still little things that I'm trying to implement, like making my list and also just like being realistic about time management and stuff that are still so important. But there's no magic formula that I found that truly makes things less time consuming, and it's gonna look different for everybody. With that, I am gonna end this vlog here. I'm really excited to spend the next few days with my family. So thank you guys so much for coming along on this vlog and for all of your support always. I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure to like this video if you haven't yet and to check out other videos from me on the screen, and I'll see you guys next time.